G'day, I'm Scotty Tucker at Damn Aussie Pond Guy, and in this series I'll be showing you some tips, tricks and products that will make managing your pond a whole lot easier. So if you want to learn more about all things ponds, then give us a call, shoot us an email or subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the juicy info that will make your life a hell of a lot easier. In today's video I'll be unboxing the Metala Easy Clear 16 watt UV. So let's get into it. Here we have the Metala Easy Clear 16 watt UV. And before I open the box, there's just one thing I wanted to point out to you here. I'm not sure if you can see that or not there, but those three words, made in Taiwan, make all the difference. The Taiwanese are much better manufacturers of pond equipment than Chinese. Believe it or not, I actually saw a Chinese UV that came out using plastic that was not UV stable, so it degraded and let water out very quickly. But yeah, Metala is a Taiwanese company, great quality manufacturer. They're very focused on their quality. They take a lot of pride in what they manufacture. So this is not a piece of Chinese junk. This is a very well designed, well thought out unit. So what do we get in the box? Instruction manual. And then we have the UV body and the ballast, which is the electrical component. And then our bag of fittings. All right, so UVs are normally a very basic piece of equipment, and why you use UV is that it stops water turning green. So that's algae that turns pond water looking like pea soup. It's single-celled microscopic algae. So as that passes through UV light, or passes through the chamber on the inside is where the UV bulb is, the UV actually penetrates that cell wall of the algae and essentially pops it. And so it's literally a case of green water goes in, clear water comes out. So you can clear up a green murky pond very quickly, sometimes overnight, otherwise in a matter of days using a UV. So the first thing I can notice with this is that the plastic housing is just very strong. It's not flimsy, cheap and nasty plastic. Same with the ballast, the electrical component. It's quite strong and sturdy. The inside the unit itself is where the UV bulb, and important to mention, they use a Philips bulb. Very important. A lot of the cheap Chinese companies that are producing UVs just use a no-name bulb, and these things just either burn out or they don't last very long at all. And what can happen with the UV bulb is that it can still shine the blue sort of colour for years, but the effectiveness of it has got a set operating life. A Philips bulb has got 9,000 hours, which essentially is 1 year, 1 full year. So every year you change the bulb. Your Chinese ones, some of these things, they just either won't have the intensity to do the job in the first place, or they'll just won't last, sometimes weeks, at best months. So again, Metala use a very high quality bulb, the best you can get, and they also use a proper quartz sleeve. This is not plastic, this is quartz. I'm not going to touch it because you shouldn't touch your quartz sleeve or your bulbs with your bare hands, but you can maybe hear that it is a quartz sleeve, not cheap and nasty plastic. So very good quality components. Now, one of the features with this and the benefit for you guys is that you can see that the bulb is actually working because it's got a clear ring around the side here. So you never should look directly at a UV bulb because it will damage your eyes. So good quality UVs have a way of indicating that the bulb is still working. So very well thought out from Metala. Now, in terms of the little bag of goodies that you get, alright, so we have these multi-staged hose tails. So UV also has, each UV's got its set flow rates, recommended flow rates to go through. If we have a look at the box on this one, this is saying that the recommended flow rate up to 6,000 litres per hour, and they're saying that it's suitable for a pond up to 11,400 litres, and for a koi pond up to about 6,000 litres. The reason for that is that koi are beautiful fish, but they're very, very dirty, demanding. They excrete a lot of ammonia and waste out of at both ends, out of their gills and also out of the other end. So they do put a lot more pressure on a pond. So you're always got different ratings for koi ponds. You always need to have larger UVs, larger filters. But coming back to the hose tail, so with those flow rates, also has requirements for different size hose depending on the size pump. So this will cater for quite a large range of pumps and hose sizes. That's got a 19, a 25, 32 and 40 mil hose tail. And let's say you're using the 40 mil, it's always good practice to chop up the other ones, because otherwise you're restricting the flow through there unnecessarily. If you're using the 19, obviously you don't chop anything off, but if you're using any of the other ones, you chop the other ones off. Another great design piece with this unit is that there'll be O-rings in here somewhere, so I'll just show you those. So there would normally be an O-ring that goes in there to seal it, but just for the purposes of showing you, I won't put that on. So these here with the hose tail fittings, once you tighten them, you can loosen them a little bit, but then you can still swivel this around the full 360 degrees. So that's a very good advantage when you've got plumbing or your hose wants to go around this way. If you've got a rigid unit, it can be a nightmare. You get kinks in your hose and it's not very pleasant to work with, or it doesn't give you much flexibility. So again, another very good, well thought out design piece from the Metala unit. This one, the 16 watt, you can see it's got sort of offset inlet and outlet, and the reason for that is that it's actually designed to, it can either just be used as a UV in its own right, but it's also designed to go inside the Metala BioSteps 10 filter, and it will actually just have popping out of the lid. So again, really, really good design, in which case that would sit down like that, come into the filter and then go out, come in from the pond and go out through the filter. So that's why this one's a little bit different than the two larger models. What else can I show you? And that's an accessory there, a bit of a locking ring to lock the UV into the filter when you're using it that way. Also, you get these great little C-channel brackets, so you can fix it to the wall, pop it on there, and you can see there's a recess there and a recess there. So for mounting, if you do want to mount it to a wall and you're not using the BioStep 10 filter, again, just a really well designed, well thought out unit. So that's the 16 watt Easy Clear UV from Metala, made in Taiwan, very good quality components, and yeah, it's a great UV, I love it.